The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk with champions all over the world here. And in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. But you might be looking at the man right now, currently, in BYW, that is the champ. Because we know about his run in YBW. It's of historic proportions now. But now he added another championship to his arsenal, and now it's maybe time to acknowledge Dominic. A few weeks ago when we last covered YBW, the talk was we were going to have a celebration for this man that for well over a year, he has remained at the top of the mountain. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're in luck. We're going to acknowledge this man, and we're going to talk about what he's done. But we're also going to talk about what he thinks next weekend, Golden Guns. This guy, the MC of the 1, 2, 3, and this guy who's a headline. And I'm going to ask him who he thinks is going to win, or rather, I should say, who he wants to face. We'll also talk about, the turmoil he caused as to why he has that second belt. And I'll make sure I have a surprise for, I guess, no MC of the 1, 2, 3, no headline, no hit marker. But I'll have a surprise that this man will get a well-deserved surprise. But I know that this man has been waiting for his celebration and has been waiting for his moment. So I'm going to give him that introduction that he deserves. To introduce this man just a few minutes ago on Sportswire Radio, I promised a 2 for the price of 1 tonight. Well, you figuratively and literally have got a 2 for the price of 1, because this man holds 2 championship belts. And when you think about BYW right now, this is the litmus test. This is the man. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give our champ that championship introduction in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music and wrestling matters. Sportswire Radio, a platform he most certainly helped build and is getting us all those heavy hitters, because we have to acknowledge the champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. So with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number 1 sports show. A man that not only sits at the top of the throne in YBW, but now KTW. A man that has certainly had the razor instinct for over a year. The man we should permanently and forever never doubt. And the man that has certainly led not only YBW, but in BYW with that reality check. His name is simply put, Dominic! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! My friend, how are we doing?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely good since I got 2 belts over my shoulders.
Yes.
And you mentioned with the turmoil I caused on KTW. I mean, I just had to show Shane Savage who is the better world champion. Because, I mean, he returned back to YBW, taking his place as the hardcore champion, where he belongs, in the mid card. And then, I mean, it's only fitting that the YBW World Heavyweight Champion returns to KTW. And I made it clear that I was going to win this championship right here. And I did.
You
I
did
mean,
it. You know, I was going to ask you. I mean, I hope those championship belts aren't too heavy for you there, because I mean, those are some heavy pieces of property there, more or less, champ.
they're not heavy, but
Oh no,
whenever I'm
heavy wears the
whenever
crown. They famously say, you know.
yeah, but whenever I mentioned about taking the KTW Retro Championship, I mean, this is more important than the last championship I held with the YBW World Championship. Like the past championship that I held with this championship, that doesn't matter because it evolves around stuff that happened in the past. But these 2 championships right here are the ones that matter, no matter if fans like it or not. Longest reigning YBW World Heavyweight Champion
I said
and
it here.
going to be longest reigning KTW Retro World Champion.
I mean, at this point, you know, I said in my intro of you, you know, we used to always say, don't doubt Dominic. Well, I think at this point, permanently, forever, never doubt Dominic, because the run in YBW, I mean, it's gone on for well over a year at this point. And now, I mean, we're going to show the footage in a few minutes. You now have a second world championship belt. I mean, you certainly put up quite a resume. You know, and I've said this a lot over the years, and I see Johnny Velocity's here. Thank you for the kind words, Johnny. You just wait who comes on here Monday. It's going to certainly, you know, blow the roof off here on Monday, and that's why I'm trying to get as many people in now. But, you know, I've said this a lot over the past 3 or 4 years on Sportswire. When I think about BYW champions, now your name is right up there with these all-time greats over these past several years because of just how long you've been the YBW champion, and now a second major championship that you've just added, sir.
Yep.
I know it's hard to think about. I understand.
Well, I mean, if I consider the past championship, which I really don't. I mean, this is my second time holding this. First time holding this. I mean, I can say I'm a 4-time world champion in the backyard, but I'm not going to consider the past belts. So I'll just say I'm a 3-time world champion within wrestling in the backyard. So
you can say whatever you want, because right now I'm looking at it as, listen, it don't matter how many times you've been a world champion, because right now you got the 2 championships that nobody else has got. And Billy Gunn had just said this, as I thought was really a good line. You know, they asked him, well, you know, does your championships matter? He said, well, yeah, I've got 11 tag team championships in WWE, but I lost them 11 times. So at this point, I'd rather be you and maybe not have had as many championship runs as one guy here in the chat who's a headline, because you haven't lost him as many times. And that YBW championship, we have famously talked about you for over a year with. And now I guess the KTW belt you've got right on the right side of you, we'll probably expect that run to go into the next presidential election for all we know. I see it.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 championships here are the ones that matter within the state of Pennsylvania. and I could confidently say that they matter more than most championships in this state. Well, not in the state, but in the country of USA.
Maybe you want to
And
say the world. Listen, maybe you want to even say the world at this point. I mean, you're Dominic. Who am I to speculate or second guess?
yeah, just most of these world champions out here, no matter if it's here in USA or across the seas, some of them don't have a great reign that I have in YBW, and I gotta make something here with this KTW Retro Championship, and I mean time will just tell. Since I mean I already proved it in YBW, I might as well prove it in KTW. And I
Look,
mean
yeah,
I
it's a
did
good point.
I did blindside Shane Savage and KTW and definitely taught him a lesson. But I mean, I know eventually Shane Savage is gonna want his revenge, but that's in the future.
Right.
And just besides Shane Savage, I know Magnum Carter and Aaron Blaze want a shot at this. And whenever it comes to those two,
I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask you about that in a little while because Magnum Carter is back here next Sunday night. He's going to be here. And obviously you mentioned the Golden Guns, and that's been well documented here and certainly in YBW. And who knows what'll happen there. And Mr. Carter will be here. And I'm going to be asking what you think and who you may want in that match.
yeah,
We're going to get to that. Hold your thought on that. To quote one of my favorite bands, Rush, "Hold your fire." I want to show the footage of the match that just took place this Tuesday. We are here with Dominic Two Belts. He is a double world champion. He's the KTW Retro champion, and of course the YBW champion. And I have my YBW shirt on. I'm sure you would have your YBW paraphernalia, but we're not going to go. You're a double champion. So you don't have to, at this point, it doesn't matter. Maybe you don't even need to wear two shirts or one shirt because that, who don't even worry about it. But we are here on
I mean, the
Sportswire.
belt's right here.
You know what? That's
right
why
here.
I don't even
I'm
think
promoting both companies.
you know what? And that's why I don't ever need to doubt you or even need to second guess you or tell you whether you should or should not wear any merchandise of YBWs or KTWs. But let's go to the footage. We're going to do that now on Sportswire Radio. And if you are here, please follow KTW, YBW, and Dominic himself. So please do that here. And we really appreciate it. And we're going to go a little we're going to fast forward a little bit here in the match because there's a lot to get to here. So I'm going to go right to, I'd say, let's go right about here. All right, so I have the footage in front of me. And speaking of people that are here at 4 o'clock in the morning, UK time, you should say, across the seas, I do want to say hello to the Tribal Cheese, my Tribal Cheese. Before I do it, I have to give this man, he's back here next Wednesday night, his time, which is 8 o'clock British Standard Time. And he just surpassed 5,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. So I want to give him a little shout out. And if you are here on Sportswire, do me a favor, hit him a sub. Great guy. He's back here next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock British Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. I have your match. I'm going to put that up. And that is the Tribal Cheese. Yes, he's here. I don't know why he's up. Maybe he just thinks so much of you, Dominic, and maybe he wants to come out of retirement to wrestle you. But he's going to wait till next Wednesday on Sportswire. But give the man a sub. He just surpassed 5,000 subscribers. And by the way, he's friends with John Cena. He's friends with Cody Rhodes. He's friends with you name him. He's friends with them all. So check him out. Give him a sub. We'd appreciate that. And let's go to your match because I do want to talk about that. Oh, wrong button here. We'll take that off the screen. Yeah, oops. Now we'll come right back up. Okay, I should have it here. And yes, thank you, Tribal Cheese. And we acknowledge you also. And welcome back to Sportswire, the platform you helped build. But all right, here we go, Dom. So we're out here right now. And talk to me about what you're looking to do to Shane Savage so far.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to teach him that I'm not the same Dominic that he has faced in the past. I mean, there's a lot of comparisons between me and Shane Savage. I mean, of course, he hits the spear and Superman punch, but I mean, we do it our own
Right
special
now,
way.
I think right now you're really trying to go for his head because the first shot we just played, you rammed his head into the side of what's holding the trampoline, and then you just gave him what would normally be a reverse neck breaker that would hit the ropes that hit the trampoline. So you seem to be inadvertently or advertently going for his head right now.
Well, I mean, also, if you've seen there, I kicked him square in the ribs and kidneys.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole match, he was favoring his rib and kidneys.
Yes, I
Um,
see that there. I see
and
that.
I wasn't gonna let him like get up. I mean, as you even heard the commentator on this
Yes.
video here, he even mentioned about like later on in the match with the bees. I can definitely say that was a stupid part on my end, but Shane Savage got hit stung by more bees than I did.
Well, those bees definitely, to quote the late great Muhammad Ali, they do stink like a bee. Get it? They do stink like a bee. But nevertheless, you are certainly feeling some impacts right now from Chain Savage, and he is obviously hitting you like a savage animal, to quote one of the bands. One of my favorite singers, Sebastian Bach, was a part of once. But nevertheless, you are definitely feeling it there, and you're getting suplexed, and that's shades of some late great wrestlers that we know, and Eddie Guerrero being one of them. And right now, you got to figure a way to get out of this.
Yeah, I mean, getting dropped on like the back of your head and on your neck, that's just never fun.
No.
But I did manage to come back from it in the end here with just
Well, yeah, obviously,
this
spoiler alert,
savage.
you won. Yeah, we know that. I mean, the spoiler alert is you've got the belt,
Yeah,
but going down memory lane,
yeah.
we always like to, you know, give the tail of the tape. But so, what kind of opponent is Chain Savage for you?
I mean, a few years back, Shane Savage was actually undefeatable, and like he used to be a crazy opponent. I just don't know what happened. I mean, he was definitely uh showing me. Uh, I don't know if he was showing me mercy or what, but like after I hit him in the back of the head with the YBW World Championship, I don't think he was all there because I took control most of the match. And I mean, he got good offense off, but
So you think
I
then
took
that
more
was a
control than most
do you,
people thought.
so do you think then what happened there was a contributing factor as to maybe how you've been able to figure him out?
I mean, in a sense, like I said earlier, me and Savage, we've been compared a lot with moveset and just how we roll. I mean,
Some nice offense
Shane
from you there,
Savage,
Shane.
Shane Savage was the guy in KTW. I can give him that. But once I showed up, I'm the guy in KTW now.
Well, yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see why you're the guy, and you had some nice running drop kicks there, and certainly you've taken him outside, and yeah, obviously someone there holding the belts. I can certainly see why they don't want to be in the middle of that offense, and I give you credit. Before you came on, I was on the air, and I had on one of my guests, and what I had kind of pointed out in his match or his tag team match was that he didn't stay on his opponent. He waited. He kind of played around and looked at the crowd. And I had kind of pointed as a contributing factor as to why he had got off to a slow start and ultimately lost his match. I give you credit, Dominic. You've been working your opponent throughout the match, and that's what you're supposed to do. You stayed on Shane Savage. That's probably been a strategy as to why you walked away ultimately with that championship on your right shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, you can even tell, like, based off past pay-per-views and whatnot on YPW, the commentator even says that, like, I'm not the best at keeping on my opponents, but,
We've
like,
talked about this
whenever it
here in
matters the
previous
most,
appearances.
yeah, like, whenever it matters the most, especially now, to keep this, I mean, I win by any means necessary, but also the fact that I need to injure a part of the body and focus on that and ultimately win the match. Because if I
Well,
don't
right now you've got
focus,
Shane Savage in a really, really uncomfortable place there. I mean, really uncomfortable place, and I'm shocked he even got out of that there, sir.
yeah,
Well, you got that razor instinct in you. It's that razor instinct, and you've definitely been on him, like you said. I think that's a good point because we've talked about you in previous shows. Dominic. People complain. Dominic always gets out of there, and he wins by the skin of his teeth. But in this match, you got you got what you've needed so far, and then and there you have one belt you're using as a shield and a weapon, and that's certainly a smart move. I got to give you that.
I mean, on KTW, everything I did is legal. I
Yeah.
mean, KTW, there's no roles. I haven't seen any roles in KTW
What you doing
whenever I was
with the
originally.
YBW championship? Another company's championship belt being used in KTW. Well, Shane Savage does find a way after what he has taken. I mean, a brutal assault here for 3-4 minutes in a row, and he finds a way to hang into this match. And we are here on Sportswire right now with the reigning defending YBW and KTW retro champion, that is Dominic himself, Dominic Two Belts. He definitely has that razor instinct. And please hit the sub button for KTW and YBW. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. You have voiced figuratively and literally with all music and wrestling matters. And if you're here in Sports by Radio, hit the sub button for us. But listen, Shane Savage, he's hitting you with his own belt, and that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, and right here he thought he could tap me out like Blaze did, and I was not gonna let that happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna tap out for no one.
No,
Blaze
there's
just
too
got
much on the line
lucky
for you.
during that
You
tap.
came, listen, you came to KTW and you came with gold on your mind. You came here to cause turmoil, and you weren't walking away empty-handed, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's what it comes down to.
and
It's ultimately,
you
listen, that's
just
what
made him
you.
use that belt buckle as brass knuckles in a sense. I mean, I was definitely knocked loopy there, but I still managed to kick back at it after the fact that he got some offense in.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, he
it's a
definitely has
match
gotten
after
some
all.
offense. I mean, the match has definitely come a little first full circle here. We'll get to everybody in the chat on the other side of the match, and we'll let you talk to Dominic.
It
But
was definitely a war. I tell you that.
but you had to have expected that. Listen, I mean, you were walking into another
Yes,
company with
exactly.
Team Savage. You know that, and this is going to hurt.
Yeah,
DDT right
walking.
onto the ground. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. That's going to hurt.
I mean, walking into a championship match against another company's world champion. I mean, I gotta expect some sort of war or like fight to keep his
Right.
championship
Because they're defending their gold in their home. Yeah, I get that.
in their own home turf. But I
You're
mean, me and
Dominic. Listen,
Savage definitely have
what have we said about you for over past a year? I mean, don't doubt Dominic, and we'll forever never doubt Dominic. And you are now going where some men shouldn't go, and you threw
the bees.
Shane Savage right into the side of that. That's gonna hurt. Let me tell you, that is gonna definitely hurt. That's not fake. That's real. That house is definitely full of materials that I'm gonna definitely say left a mark on Shane Savage. But listen, he's fighting. He's a fighter. And like you
I
said,
mean, I
he's
was
definitely
rubbing his head by the bee's nest too, so
that's you're gonna definitely hurt. Listen, I bit my tongue. You'll laugh. I bit my tongue having a slice of pizza on the side of my mouth where I had dental surgery, and it's like up until like just before we went on the air, my mouth is like back to where I was 3 months ago. But I'll live. Now I'm not going to compare to the bees, but you definitely both sting like a bee. But nevertheless, Shane Savage is definitely getting a little bit of a comeback here. You can see the welts on the left side of his body, and he's dragging you right back into that ring, onto the trampoline, and he's doing everything he can to keep that KTW Retro Championship that means so much to him, and you're down and out. What's going through your
yeah.
mind here right now? What's going through your mind here at this moment?
Well, I was gonna have to stir up one way or another, and then after the fact that he was continuously slapping me in the face, I mean, I grabbed him by his beard there,
Well,
and
you definitely
of
went
course,
below the belt there. You went below the belt, I see. By any means necessary. You did say that a few minutes ago.
yeah, yeah, and then of course I have to go for another cutoff,
Well, you cut him
and
off
hell,
there.
show Shane Savage how it's done.
Well,
I
you
mean, I still
definitely.
say I hit a better spear than Shane Savage. No one else can
Yeah,
tell me
well,
otherwise.
I'm not.
And
I'm
then
certainly not arguing with that.
Then a new move right there
One,
to actually
2,
beat Shane Savage.
3, 3. There it is. There it is. Dominic two belts. There. Wait. We have to play this footage here for the audience.
Don't think I've forgotten about you.
I don't know what this is about.
I want to
I've been a little busy lately. See, I paid a visit to your multinational champion, Brett. And now Mr. Multinational is Mr. ICU, which stands for Mr. Intensive Care Unit, because I taught him a little lesson in justice. Now, his knee is swollen to the size of a basketball. He can barely walk or function. I'll do the same to you. I still have your legacy here, Aaron. I have your legacy right here. I told you months ago, and I gave you your choice, that I was going to burn your legacy to the ground. Well, you're going to have to sit and watch. There's a few things I have to do before I set the tempo and get the fire going, but I just want you to know something. KTW is a joke. This whole thing is a joke. It's one bad stand-up comic routine after another. People are trying so hard to be something when you're all nothing. You're all a bunch of self-handing, worshipping douchebags who think that everything is owed to you, everything should be given to you, that you're deserving of respect and authority because you win belts like this that mean nothing. It all means nothing, and at the end of the day, like I've been saying, time ticks closer to the inevitable, and my friends, I am the inevitable. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go put the oven on. This will be great burning material.
So what do you think there? I mean, you said you didn't know much about it, but I got to ask you, what your opinion was that?
I mean, I know that's not even towards me, and I don't even have to pay attention to that guy. I don't know who he is, what his intentions are, but I know he has some sort of beef with ATK, and that's none of my business. I don't need to get into all of that with whatever is going on with that, with whatever whatever's going on there. I know that guy has one of the KTW championships. I mean, there's nothing much else to say about that guy, but
Well, I got a few
that
messages
guy
I
hasn't
want to get
even
to.
crossed my mind.
Apparently that was the man that pulled a knife on Brett Anderson in BYCW, which was something we talked about here on Sportswire and in previous shows when Brett Anderson was here himself. And that was something that came up with Austin Edwards. And also we've seen this here previously. And remember, this came up on previous shows in the past. And I've always been here and always will. And goodbye for now. But you have no comment, no opinion on that, and you for sure feel it's not directed toward you. But there was a name Aaron that was thrown out there in that. What you have a thought or two on that? No comment. You just want to move on. You're freezing on us here. Hopefully, you're not being attacked as well, just like that footage we saw. We're losing you here. Oh, well, I hope that we have not seen the same attack that we saw at the end of KTW's most recent episode on Dominic's Wi-Fi, but we are here with the YBW and KTW retro champion Dominic. Well, we were here with him, so hopefully he'll come back and rejoin us. But if you're here, my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally with all music and wrestling matters, and I'll be here tomorrow night at about 9 or 9:15 Eastern time with Sean Jovi, the resident rock star, is here tomorrow night, and I'll have a major guest on here Monday, but I can't tell you who it is until then. But we'll get to some comments, and maybe we'll see if that helps Dominic come back on the stream. Zilla's here first. Thank you very much. I'm excited for this episode too, and I was excited, but then Dominic, well, he's got some technical difficulties. Hopefully his Wi-Fi didn't see that same attack what's happened to Brett Anderson and also what broke in after his championship celebration. And yeah, there's the hit marker. And why do we have to listen to this Alvin the Chipmunk ripoff? Well, we did listen to him for about 31 minutes, and then, well, he signed off, but maybe he'll come back on. Yeah, we acknowledge him, and thank you, Mr. Hillbilly Tilly, who always is welcome on Sportswire. And yeah, we're having a great weekend so far. I mean, we were, and then we were joined earlier a little while ago with Peanut Butter and Jealouses, the Hammer Max Strong, and the Be All End All Andrew Lovelace. And we were here with Dominic, and well, Dominic is having technical difficulties. Hello to the RWW Prestige Champion, Johnny Velocity. And that would be good to see him. And yeah, I knew that was going to. Well, we're here now. Dominic.
Okay, we're back.
Now you go, Dominic. You okay, Dominic? Did you have the same problems that we just saw at the end of KTW's?
It's just the internet.
We're okay? We're okay, champ?
Yeah, just the internet was.
We'll try to get through the rest of the episode. I have a feeling we're going to have to do the best we can. Let's get to some comments.
I mean, it should be fine now, so.
All right, cool. So obviously, I guess it's a good segue. Well, I figure how much longer I have with you on the Wi-Fi. This man, right? Headline. Next weekend, I already told you, Magnum Carter is back. You have that YBW championship, but we know next month, right? You've got to defend that. So I ask you, what do you think and who do you want to face for that championship next month?
Well, I don't know what's going on between Magnum Carter and Aaron Blaze, I mean, you've seen I was even in the live chat the last time that
Yep.
Magnum Carter was on, and he ripped the Golden Gun shirt.
Mm-hmm. Was shocking.
But I know those two will go to war, but you guys, like, the chat here knows, YBW fans know that the main person I'm focused on is Aaron Blaze. So, Aaron Blaze, if you're watching, I hope you beat Magnum Carter. And knowing how
Whoa!
Magnum Carter's been, you better beat him by any means necessary.
So you don't want? So you want Aaron Blaze? Is it because you've had some matchup problems with Magnum Carter, or is it about unfinished business and you want to show Aaron Blaze once and for all who's the true headline right now? Why do you say what you just said there? And I kind of knew your answer. I kind of knew it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Aaron Blaze always talks about that I'm scared, that I didn't take any means necessary, either having reality behind my back or just cheating. But whenever it comes to, well, I mean, even if it ends up being Magnum Carter, that's a big if, because I know Aaron Blaze really, really wants to be an 8-time world champion, but it's not going to be that simple.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree.
I'm definitely going to give him what he wants, because reality's not going to be there, no interference, and I'm actually going to beat him clean, because most people think I can't do it.
Well, I mean, what do you think though about this new Magnum Carter? Though you kind of alluded to it. We've seen it here on Sportswire. So, how do you think Aaron Blaze can maybe overcome that?
I mean, he has overcame bigger people in the past, even people that, well, after
But this is a
all,
different Magnum Carter.
turned to
He
the
was.
dark
Yeah,
side.
I understand that, but this is a different Magnum Carter. He's got an edge to him. We saw what he did to ATK. I mean, the mindset he's in is no longer this happy-go-lucky role model, and he's just, he also has you in his sights, and he feels that he should be the one holding that championship you've held on to. He's no fan of you.
I mean, I'm no fan of him, but I'm also no fan of Aaron Blaze, but I just prefer Aaron Blaze over Magnum Carter. That's how it is. I mean, you've seen, and I hate to admit this, but whenever Magnum Carter was defending his Breakouts championship, whenever he was a Breakouts champion against me, I mean, that man's no joke. He pretty much had control of that whole match, which I barely got any offense in. But I know I'm faster, I'm smarter, I'm 2 steps ahead of both the Golden Guns. And this is why it looks like to me that it's a Golden Guns implosion, because I don't think they're on the right path. Right page right now.
That's a great point. And you were here for that. You came onto the stream. You remember when you came back on here? Wasn't too long ago. There's no question that they're not the same. Listen, we heard about what Magnum said. We heard about what Aaron said. I mean, we thought that they were, such the tight brothers, the bond they had. We saw what Aaron did a few months ago on Magnum's birthday, but Magnum said the complete opposite of that. So they're obviously in certainly quite the predicament, and it's all guns blazing. And, but nevertheless, you have to pick up the pieces of whoever it is. And I guess maybe what you really want, champ, is that you want those two to tear each other apart so you can pick up the pieces and continue your run and be the YBW champion, maybe until the next president's selected, for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, I could even play mind games with them too. I mean, I'm not defending this championship at Anarchy Sanctum.
You don't
And
have to. You just went through a war with Shane Savage. So you did what you had to do, and now you're taking a step back and you're watching what these two men are going to do to each other. The once brothers, best friends, and you're going to get to pick up the pieces and have them next month and whatever's left of them.
I knew this was going to happen because eventually people are going to turn on each other. Eventually, they're going to want the same goals. And that's what's happening here with Aaron Blaze and Magnum Carter. And hell, you still see me and Phoenix standing strong because Phoenix knows what our goals are. And Phoenix is going after his own championship right now.
Yep.
And he's trying to bring more gold back to reality like
And
I did
how about
here
your
with both
actions with
these world
reality check?
championships.
You know, I wanted to ask you about that before I get to the rest of the chat and give you something. What's up with this reality check? It's a rather newer reality check.
Yeah, we had to get rid of the lightweight, the person that hasn't won a championship here in
Congratulations.
YBW, because just think about it for a second. Oliver Blade has been holding us back. He's been giving us a bad name because that kid, he can't wrestle. He really can't. And back whenever I was a double world champion, just now thinking about it, I should have never gave that kid an opportunity at both world championships. And it was just time that me and Phoenix got rid of him.
Well,
And I mean, he hasn't been back on YBW since. That was our goal.
that's a reality check for him. Certainly, that is the reality check. And, you know, and that's, I can understand if you are here, hit the sub button for YBW because YBW is definitely joining the yard of the network. And, yeah, I mean, join the movement, join the network, and please support YBW. And we'll come back to that. I want to come back to that. I'm going to get to some more comments, and you know, we'll certainly go. Yes, yes, we'll go from there. Okay, we'll here we go. I can't find where I am. Thank you. Yes, Hillbilly Hillbilly Tilly with the war chant. Yes, somebody likes my war chants. Zilla acknowledges you. Thank you, Zilla, for acknowledging Dominic. He is the double world champion that he is, and thank you, Mr. Velocity. I am doing my best to work hard, and he'll be here Friday night. So please join us for his return to Sportswire Radio, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a lot to talk about in ROEW. And thank you for the Ward Chant comment. Hello. We said hello to the Tribal Cheese, but we'll give him a pass if he fell asleep. It's 4:36 a.m. where he is. But hit the sub button for him on YouTube. And yes, we miss seeing him. He's here next Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Speaking of guests on Tuesday, Yoshi Matsuda, the OGS, who is certainly going through a lot to fight for the ashes of Kumi. He's got one more crack at it. Feudal warfare. I had to come to show my respect to a man I've enjoyed watching for months. Congratulations, champ. You're incredible. You have the Shogun support. That's very nice of you. Across the sea. Another man, two people from across the seas paying respects to Dominic. And I have a burning question for the man himself, if I may. Okay, we'll see what that is. He's a war machine idiot, I think he's referring to you, Mr. Billy.
No, he's referring to Shane Savage.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I thought, you know, whatever it may be, who knows? It was months, you know, it was a long time ago. It was 19 minutes ago. Yes, hello to the OGS Yoshimatsu Matsuda. Solid steel bees. Yeah, those bees definitely hurt. They stung like a bee. Get it? The ever so loyal voice. Yes, yes. A buzz. That was a good one. I do have the buzz. You know, we always go with this. Yeah, the buzz. We have the buzz here.
I actually still have a mark from those that bee sting I got whenever I was stung. So
Well, I mean, it was Tuesday, so I would expect that. I mean, it's 5 days ago. I would think that would still be a thing. Those marks don't go
Yeah,
away
I mean
for a
it's
while.
covered right now, but
Well, I can understand why. Understand, Chad, you got a lot more important things to hold up. I mean, I understand completely. I
then
think we
just
all,
a beefsteak.
my guest earlier today is, they say, has the best abs in the wrestling business, the Hammer Max Strong. And we were like, no, it's okay. Keep the shirt on. You have 2 championship belts to hold. Keep the belts on. Don't worry about it. We can forgive you for not showing us the welts and the marks. Yes, thank you, Yoshi. Yes, we played those comments from you, Tillo, and Aaron's legacy and burn it down. Could have sworn he's talking about me. I asked you about that. You gave an answer. Follow KTW on YouTube. Go give him a sub. James Taylor, who's here Thursday, is obviously upset about something he saw. I don't know what it is, but we look forward to James returning on Thanksgiving, 9:00 Eastern time. Yes, hello to James. Yes, God's blessing, my friend. Amen to that. It's good to see you, my friend, a valued mentor. Yes, we appreciate that. Yes, hello to everybody. Carter's acting like it's not a champion for obvious reason. You alluded to it. Listen, you alluded to it. It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a very good point. Point well taken. And also, ATK is going to be the special guest referee. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't even know if he hates both Magnum Carter and Aaron Blaze. I mean,
Look at what Carter
we
did
never
to him
know.
last month. Look at what Carter did to him. And we know the history between Blaze and ATK. I mean, people talk
Yeah,
about CM Punk and Seth Rollins history. People talk about Brett and Shawn. But, I mean, Aaron and ATK, it's right there.
yeah. Let's just see if he calls it down the middle, or that there's gonna be something that causes a triple threat. I can see it happening, but I just hope he calls it down the middle so I can get
I think he
a
has to.
1v1 that
I think he has to
everyone's gonna
call it
want.
down the middle. I mean, what he's in no man's land, right? I mean, what's he going to really do because of who in his history with both men, recent and long term?
I mean,
Just my
true with that, but
okay. Well, we'll get
you
to some more.
never know what goes through someone's head whenever it
You
comes
don't know.
to
You don't know. You
people
don't
that
know.
they
That's a good
don't like,
point.
their enemies. And
Yeah, no,
it's,
that's a good point. That's a good point. I think that's a well stated point. Actually, we're here with Dominic, who's the YBW and the KTW Retro Champion. You can't beat me clean, otherwise this would have happened already. And follow YBW, please. Please follow YBW. And in the raging flames of wartime, a heart changes in a fleeting moment. Betrayers will shine when the back is. I feel like that comes from a Rocky song somewhere, but it's not. But it sounds like it could. What did you do to him? And that's referring to you in this new reality check. Okay, we'll
what
go to the
I
next question. Yeah, what you did. Yeah.
well, what I did to Ollie. Well, I should say what I did and what Phoenix did to Oliver. We just had to teach him where his lane is. And his lane is not coming back to YBW. And I really don't think he will be, because me and Phoenix took him out of action. We beat him down until he wasn't moving. And we're not going to see him. I hope we're not going to see him. Because me and Phoenix, we're not playing on. We're to bring more gold. Reality, no matter W or we just need now Phoenix to be a double champ. And maybe bring more gold. I mean, I don't need to have 5 million championships like someone that's a pro wrestler, but I just need enough to make my part. And Phoenix needs enough to make his part.
No, listen, you know what? I mean, it's obviously, look, it's, something we'll keep attention to. And also, this just end. You're defending that retro championship this Tuesday. So, you know what, champ? You aren't getting the week off. Thanksgiving weekend, some people taking off early, travel plans, maybe Black Friday shopping, maybe getting a hold on an early Cyber Monday shopping. But no, you're actually going to be defending your championship this Tuesday that you just won.
Yeah, ATK wasn't happy about it on how I won, and even that I'm holding the world championship in his company. But at the end of the day, I know he's going to try to make it a living hell for me, but he can go ahead and try. Because I'm going to knock down every opponent in KTW like I've been doing in YBW.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, we'll have to see. And any concerns? I mean, listen, I always say the toughest thing for a champion, a new champion, is that first defense. And this is the first defense of that Retro World Championship. This could be your toughest defense yet. Any concerns?
No, it's probably going to be like the same old stuff that's been happening in YBW. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried about what challengers come. Like I said, I knocked them all down in YBW. Now I got new competition in KTW.
Well, you know what? You know what to do. You're the champion. Okay. Here's my question as it got lost. With Dominic's strategic skill and amazing in-ring ability, I want to know, how does he prepare himself mentally before a contest? How do you strategize? It's a good question, actually.
Well, I just need to think about who I'm going against, and just remember if I've had matches with them or a first time ever. And of course, I study and know their moveset. I'm not just going to go into a match blind, and every time it comes into a match, I try to play mind games. I try to get in their head and live in their head. But sometimes it won't work, sometimes it will. But just
All right.
I play it my way.
Oh, we'll find out. We'll certainly find out. And great question from the OGS himself. I'm calling it right down the middle. No BS, and there will be a winner. And with pressure on Dom, and we'll move on here. Thank you. We're going to stay on the positives. Okay, I want to stay away from the drama. I have something for you, but before I got one more question. Wonderful answer. I love that you pay attention to small details and play the mind games. A very, very wonderful answer. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate. I like Riley Bates a lot. I just don't want to get in the middle of any issue. So we'll stay on the positive. Thank you, Riley Bates here. Let me give you something, as I promised you, because this was supposed to be a celebration for you, and especially now that you've returned with a second championship belt. Now that you're Dominic 2 belts, a double world champion, I thought, what better way to recognize you by recognizing you into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame officially as a double champion. And the champ is here. The champ is here, and congratulations, my friend. And we certainly acknowledge you, and we want to make sure that you get this when we're off the air.
Yep, I'm gonna definitely have to print that out and hang it up and just have it there, or even put it in a frame in between these two championships here whenever I go back home and put these championships back afterwards. But yeah.
Well, it's very kind of you. Obviously, we appreciate that you would certainly do that. And nevertheless, we're happy to see that you are in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And as a double champion, certainly it's not too often you see double world champions of the magnitude of yourself. And certainly we appreciate you being on here. And if you are here, please follow YBW KTW. And there he is, Dominic. And also the Hall Monitor, the Hall of Fame monitor of Sportswire, Mr. Justin Parsley, did want to say congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame from Dominic. It's very nice of Mr. Parsley. We appreciate Mr. Parsley being on, and obviously he's a busy man as the Hall of Fame monitor, and he wanted to congratulate you and thank you for doing that. And please follow Mr. Parsley, and hopefully we'll see him back on Sportswire. But we'll give this to you, Dominic, and I really appreciate you, Dominic. So I guess then I'm going to ask you, I know you're a busy man and such coming up here. I mean, would you want to say any final words, first of all, before, I guess, this Tuesday, your KTW Retro Championship on the line first?
But ATK even, he didn't even tell me who my opponent is. And I'm not even going to worry about it because my main focus is retaining this and then seeing who I'll be facing for this. And I hope it's Aaron Blaze because then the fans can shut up. Aaron Blaze can shut up. I'll give them the match that they've been wanting. No BS, no reality, just one-on-one with whoever wins. But I hope it's Aaron Blaze.
Well, and speaking of other people who wanted to congratulate you, Mr. Maverick himself, who just wrestled. How about that? He just wrestled today, wrestled in Ohio. He wrestled against William Renee, who used to compare himself to Kobe Bryant, and he wanted to congratulate you. And I hope Maverick comes on Sportswire before the year is out. And very nice. We have a couple of Hall of Famers acknowledging you and congratulating you. Very nice. And I see Aaron and Riley are going back and forth, and I'm going to move away from that. But I do want to ask you then, I guess, would you have any final words and what you think about Magnum Carter and Aaron? Because I said Magnum's going to be here. He's going to be here at his usual spot next Sunday night. And any, I guess, words of wisdom or final words? You've already said you want Blaze. I got that. I got that you want Blaze, and I understand why. Last year, you want to show once and for all why Aaron Blaze is not going to get that 8th World Championship. I get that. But anything else you want to add for these men coming up?
All I know is whenever it comes to Aaron Blaze versus Magnum Carter, they're going to go, and it's going to turn out to be a hell of a war.
It is. I agree with you on that.
I know
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Quote-unquote tag team partners, but after this, I don't see that happening because let's just say it looks like they're not on good terms now. And whenever it comes to that, it's definitely going to show who wants it the most.
Yeah, you know that they're right now the situation is what it is, and then I mean you were here and you were presented here on the screen for that. So yeah, you know that you were in the chat. We'll find out. But
yeah, I thought it was funny that they were arguing over it.
Well, I think for you that, I mean, at the end of the day, that the better your chances of staying champion would be if those two men beat each other up. I mean, ultimately, that's what any incumbent wants. I always go back to my political career when, an incumbent's running and they want the other side to have a primary. And it's the same thing. These guys are basically in a primary to decide who's going to square up with you. So for your vantage point, you want them, as I stated earlier, to beat the heck out of each other, and then you'll get what's ever left of them.
Yeah, finish up the scraps, most people would say.
Oh, right. And, what if, though, by some chance you get Aaron, and he makes a good point that this is be careful what you wish for?
People say I'm scared of Aaron Blaze. I'm not. I just use my mind. And like I've been saying for 400 and some days, I'm 2 steps ahead of everyone, and that's been proven. Yes, Aaron Blaze has got the upper hand in a tag match, but it's never been whenever it matters the most.
Well, the last year, more than that, it has always been Dominic finds a way by any means necessary. That's what you said earlier tonight, by any means necessary. And you have said you'll find a way, and you'll continue to do that. You were defiant about your title shot coming up that you're putting on the line in KTW this Tuesday. And until I said it here last month when Magnum was here, until further notice, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter about anybody and their opinions, because you continue to hold that championship, and that's the proof. That is the proof. And Carter is twiddling his thumbs elsewhere, and I'm here tonight. It's a good point. It's a good point. I can't not deny that. Don't doubt Aaron Blaze's comment on that. ATK makes the final call. He'll call it right down the line. And, we'll have to find out. And if you are here on Sportswire, do me a favor. Please hit the sub button for YBW. Please hit the sub button for KTW. And we will have coverage next Sunday night. Magnum Carter is here post Anarchy Sanctum 5. And I can't wait to hear what we have to say. Also, there it is. And I'll make sure you get that physical copy. I will make sure you have that. You print that. You let me know, Mr. Dominic, when you print that. And we really appreciate you.
Yeah.
And congratulations in joining the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. And it's long overdue. So let me pass the baton to you, champ. I know you're a busy man, and you're here only because of your contractually obligated appearances to be here on Sportswire. But if you have any final words, I'm going to put your Instagram up while we do that, and take it away, my friend.
Well, the final words I have to say is, for whoever my opponent is this Tuesday on KTW, they better not doubt me. And then, for whoever my opponent will be at Revelations, no matter if it's Magnum Carter or Aaron Blaze, just know I'll be playing mind games the same way I've always been. But this time, I'm going to give you guys the match that you want, because you're like, oh, he's scared. He's going to cheat. He's going to get reality involved. No. If you guys want a rightful 1v1, I'm going to show you that I'm not scared. And also, leading up to Revelations, whoever wins, you better watch your back, because that doesn't mean I'm going to take you out before the match.
Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not doubting Dominic. I have said it for over a year. There's no reason to doubt Dominic, because, ladies and gentlemen, he's got not one, but 2 championships. And when you think about BYW right now, and you think about the long list of world champions, I said it last month, Dominic's right there at the top of the list, and his reign as YBW champion speaks for itself. And what he's intending to do is the KTW Retro Champion will get a major test this Tuesday. But if he passes that, and we shouldn't doubt him, look at what he's done in YBW. I have no doubt he'll be holding at least one championship until the next president is elected. And if he gets past either Aaron Blaze or Magnum Carter at Revelations, who really knows? Who really, really knows? So time will tell, but it's always a pleasure, champ, to see you. Also, everybody, please follow Dominic on Instagram. Please support YBW on Instagram. Please hit the sub button for YBW and KTW as well. We're so appreciative to have everybody here on Sportswire. Even if you are, in the chat going back and forth with one another, we still appreciate everybody. We're trying to give everybody a fair shake. So please, keep it that way. And we love everybody here. Also, we want to thank our friend, the Tribal Chief, hitting 5,000 subs on YouTube. We really, really appreciate you. And he'll be back here next Wednesday. And my friend, happy Thanksgiving. I'm sure that you will certainly be enjoying this Thanksgiving, especially if you retain that KTW Retro Championship. Probably a lot of, stuffing, mashed potatoes alongside those championships. You'll certainly put them right there next to that beautiful turkey you're going to have. And I know Aaron Blaze, Magnum Carter, and ATK won't be invited on Thanksgiving this Thursday. Right? When you're watching football, enjoying Turkey Day, those 3 men are not going to be invited to your house for Thanksgiving this year, right?
They better not show up and invade my house.
Well, you know what, champ? I'm sure that they'll certainly let that be a reminder for them not to show up. I would love to be there, but unfortunately, we're a little too far away from each other. But nevertheless, congratulations, and we are certainly happy to finally have you in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. That is the YBW and the KTW Retro Champion. The champ is here. The champ is here, and he is that, and that is Dominic. And Dominic is certainly in a rather defiant and celebratory mood. Tonight was the celebration of Dominic, and I hope you join me in supporting the companies he represents. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally where all music and wrestling matters. If you're here in Sports Web Radio about 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, Sean Joby, the resident rock star. Monday, I hope you join me Monday night. I'll have a major guest, very major. I mean, like, very big. So I hope, Dominic, I know you're a champion. You're a very busy man getting ready for the match on Tuesday, but I hope you'll find it in your heart to see who comes on here Monday night. I think it'll definitely be, a watershed moment. But until then, congratulations. Thank you so much, everybody here, for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Earlier, we had on from Mon Valley Pro Wrestling. By the way, not too far from you in Charolais, Pennsylvania. I'm not quite sure how far Charolais is from you, but we had on Max Hammer and Andrew Lovelace, and we had you, and busy evening. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one global radio station that is Sportswire Radio, where all music and wrestling matters. And Aaron Blaze wants to say this one's for you. See you soon. Yeah, but that's okay. We'll leave that at that. And it's trailblazing time. But it's time for Aaron Blaze to give you that last comment. And it's time to say thank you, everybody. My voice needs to heal for tomorrow, and we'll see. I'm sure next Sunday he'll definitely be a topic with Magnum Carter. But good point by Aaron, though. There was no Magnum Carter tonight, so who knows? But champ, congratulations. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a great night. Follow YBW, KTW, all the companies that were here in the chat, and hit the sub button for us.